Football. This is NFL Straya. I am your co-host, Jaymz Clements. I'm a guy here in the studio, top of the AFC, best record in the NFL, feeling pretty good. Tell you what, when your team plays in a standalone primetime game and they just shellac somebody from almost the get-go, great week of football. Great week of football. On the flip side, on the other here of this here screen, it's a bloke who's still reeling from Saturday's beatdown at the hand of the Bears. I know those Eagles fans were throwing batteries at their own players, booing them, thumbs down. They're firing Sirianni. They're throwing eggs at Patullo's house. It's sometimes singing a band called The Ramshackle Army. He's my mate. He's your mate. It's noted Philadelphia Eagles fan, shall we say. It's Gaz. Gaz, what's going on?
Jim, I'm just trying to, live my 2025 life with the Pats and the Bears on the top of the conferences, just as we all predicted, right?
Called it.
We all know exactly what's going on. Like, beginning of the season, this will be fun. Wow. Yeah. Wow. And then there was a few beds shat, should we say, this week by some, early season playoff teams, like still playoff teams most likely, but all of a sudden going, what I think I posted on our chat group of this sport is fucking dumb after the early slate on Monday. And I think I sent a message to you and all it said was, what the actual fuck is going on? Because this was just out of control.
Evergreen text. So this is our Week 13 Thanksgiving wrap. It was an awesome week of football. And I'll tell you what, this Pat's lid, it's still ajar. It's not off.
Oh, fucking hell.
I've got a tiny little bit of news. We'll wrap up Week 13. We'll do some nars, give away some awards, all that sort of stuff. And then on Thursday, you'll get our Week 14 picks. We are neck and neck. After literally 13 weeks, we are neck and neck, which is pretty incredible.
Did you change one? Because we had one each this week, according to last week's tips. What did you change?
And I think we split them because I think we were actually tied last week and I never made it.
So go for Maths is hard, Jim. Maths is hard.
I'm no math magician. All right, let's get into it. Episode 147 of NFL Straya. Let's go. All right, you a hoe, he a hoe, you all a hoes. That's right, you're a hoe. G'day, I'm Shelby Harris, and you're listening to NFL Straya, clearly. All right, Gaz, a lot of hoes around at the moment. Lane Kiffin going to LSU, copying that from Ole Miss, pretty funny. I believe it's meant to be spelled Heaux, though, if you're going to LSU. Anyway, what a week it was. Thanksgiving delivered. This was like one of the most fun Thanksgiving week slates out there, right? So I think the early Sunday slate looked horrible, and then we got some cracking games because there was a couple of upsets. And then you had this 3-game mid-afternoon window. A couple of those are a bit weird, but still, I mean, the only problem really was this horrible Washington-Denver game that turned into an absolute overtime thriller out of absolutely nowhere because Denver, I just don't know if they're any good. So, anyway, the big problem was, I guess, Monday Night Football was my team kicking the crap out of the Giants. So,
yeah,
love to see that. Anyway, so what a weekend it was. I mean, the Friday games were rad. I'll wrap all this up for you in a second. Saturday was hilarious. I refrained from... I mean, it's tough watching your team lose, Gaz.
And you haven't had that too much experience in that in the last 2 years. But when it has happened, it's happened in a big way.
And my team hadn't played yet, so I can't really take a victory lap, you know? So that's what this show's for now. So, but really, I mean, the news this week, there's not actually a giant amount of news. Like a couple of injuries sort of from the weekend. Juzzy Herbs broke his hand, which stinks, but it's his left hand. He reckons he's going to try to play through it. We saw Aaron Rodgers try to do the same thing this week and get absolutely pancaked and like his face all battered and bruised and bloodied. I'm pretty sure it's a Metallica song, but it was just like a strange week, right? Because we still had a bunch of backup QBs in.
Yep.
We had Brosma for the Vikings just causing all
That went well.
Jackson Dart actually came back for the Giants, which was kind of okay. Like, he wasn't too bad, but it felt like that's the Jackson Dart we sort of know. His first game without Brian Dable. And then sort of outside of this, I guess the sort of news is there's like Pats are at the top of the AFC 11-2, which is crazy. But the Bears, because the Rams lose this week, the Bears are in sole possession of the one spot in the NFC, which is crazy.
Absolutely wild.
Both they and the Rams are 9-3, but the Bears have got it, I think, at the moment because of his conference record. So, what a world! What a world! Adam,
I don't have it in your notes, Jim, but I've got like one of the most important elements of news this week, and I don't know if it's true or not. So I'm not here to disparage anyone's name, and he's already come out on X and said it's not true. But I'm going to live this story like it is God's honest truth. And that is Abdul Carter being benched for the first series for reportedly watching porn in a team meeting with his headphones off. Like, I don't know if any of that is true, but can we just live in a world where it is? Jim, I just want to live in a world where rookie Abdul Carter that meeting was so fucking boring that I'm just going to go to porn and not even bother putting my headphones in.
It feels like it's an NBA Central story, right? Like one of the parody accounts.
Yeah.
And, it is like when you read something like that and you go, well, that's wait a minute, maybe.
That'd be fucking great.
Every good lie has a kernel of truth, right? That's why it's awesome, because he was benched for the entire first quarter, I believe, right? I don't think he was out there until the second quarter. And that was pretty crazy. But, I mean, when I saw this pop up, I'm like, all it was the bit of The Simpsons where Homer's like, I was buying pornography. Abdul, what are you doing? I was watching pornography. It's like, don't say it out loud, and don't watch it on your phone, you idiot. Good on him. Adam Thielen, cut by the Vikings. That's a bit of a disaster, considering they gave up 4th and 5th round picks just to get him back. And they're like, he was a healthy scratch this week, so they're like, yeah, go finish your career somewhere else, Adam.
Reportedly he requested it and said, look, if this is what's going to go down and it's my last season, give us a crack, mate.
Kind of good.
Good on him.
It's sad, but anyway. Injury wash. I mean, Sauce Gardner left with what looked like an Achilles. They're saying it's not an Achilles. Certainly looked like an Achilles. But again, I'm no medical doctor anymore. And I don't know. They're still saying it's like just a calf. So when it looks like that sort of calf, though, I'm like, I don't think you should play anytime soon.
Kind of looked like he was shot.
Yeah. Devontae Wyatt, he's on IR, done for the season for Green Bay as well, which is a bit of a tough one for them because their defense has been, like, it was awesome back on Friday. So that sucks. They're just sort of like missing a few extra dudes now as well on both sides of the ball, which doesn't bode great. But and Terrion Arnold went to IR again as well for the Lions. It was a big kick in the guts, which isn't very fun. Otherwise, anything else there, Gaz?
No, that's pretty much it. Looking through everything,
Well, there was the Jags punter was like saying, I'll kill you! I'ma kill you! to somebody else on the who was that? It was like and like they asked Liam Cohen about it. He's like, what? Dude, the amount of times people say I'm gonna kill you on the field is like it happens all the time. Like what? That worries me, what's happening in Jacksonville, but by the same token, it apparently Logan Cook said he had killed Tennessee Titans running back Julius Chestnut. That is awesome.
And then the Jags coach came out and said, Cohen said, it happens at least 100 times a game. Like, I'd say it all the time. Don't worry about it. I greet my wife in the morning with that. Fucking hello. No, I think the play of the week, if we were to introduce it this week, the play of the week has to be the block of the week. And that has to come from the turf on Youngwei Koo's foot.
One of the most bizarre moments, and I think he's going to pop up again later in Old Mate No Mates, but jeez, that's
a stub. It wasn't even close. Like, he just kicked the dirt about 4 foot behind the ball.
Like, if you were to spot fix an NFL game, like, that's where you'd sort of do it. So I'm the kicker. Check this out. I just kicked the ground.
Yeah.
It's chaos. Very weird. Anyway, let's do some game wraps. Green Bay beat Detroit 31-24 back on Friday. This was a really fun game. Detroit, they've sort of hit this point, right, where they've got Dan Campbell as their coach, calling plays as well, right? And that's his thing. He's, I've taken over offensive coordinator duties. Like, oh, I don't know if that's good. And we all get that you're going for fourth down all the time. That's fine. They desperately needed to do it as well in that fourth quarter from memory. They were down 2 scores, right? So you got to go for it. Who cares?
Yeah.
And he's copping so much grief for it that I don't like this. I don't like this at all because like you live by the Dan Campbell, you die by the Dan Campbell, right? And I'm okay with it. Just be true to yourself. The weirdest thing is, I think this was a really big weekend for like fourth downs, right? It felt like every game, everyone's just like, fuck it, we're going for it. Going for it. I hate punters. Get out of here. Like, we're just going for it. We're just going for it. Everyone's going for it. And it bit the Lions in the arse. They lose Amon Ra early in this game as well, which is real punch in the guts. Jaymz popped off for like 140-something yards as well and a touchdown. But they never quite... Like, it was weird to watch Green Bay's offense just sort of roll into a half-decent gear, but like their defense sort of do a lot of the work. And it was like, oh...
Yeah, shutting down Gibbs. Montgomery and Gibbs not even making 100 yards between them on the ground, like which is awesome. But yeah, like, I mean, we said we don't know who Jordan Love is, and he looked good. Like fucking 4 TDs, no turnovers. Like, yeah,
it was worrying. Like, it's just so annoying trying to figure out what Green Bay are going to do week to week.
Yeah.
And we had obviously both picked Detroit for this game. They're at home. You're feeling like, all right, this is the get right, smash it, cool. String a couple of wins together after that Giants game the week prior, and they just fell a bit flat. It was a weird one. It was a really fun start to Thanksgiving because then we had Chiefs 28, Cowboys 31. Hey, Gaz, how about them Cowboys? I'm Joe Jones. Like, absolute chaos where they beat this Chiefs team. Dak looks incredible.
Yeah.
Dak will be leader in the clubhouse for people talking about him over the next 3 weeks of like, you know who should be in the MVP conversation?
Yep.
Dak Prescott. Like, he's going to be the absolute leader of like, you know who should be, but no one will actually come out and go, actually, my MVP is Dak Prescott. They're going to say he should be in the conversation, which is just piss weak commentary and grow a pair is what I'm trying to say.
And if they snake into the playoffs, all of a sudden that conversation changes. Like, I've been talking about him being the MVP. I've seen this coming for fucking weeks.
Oh,
and they still can. Yeah, they still can. They're the form team. Like, one of the form teams come out of nowhere. That, more power to Jerry Jones. He's the 2 moves at defensive tackle have just stopped them fucking, like, they can stop that fucking run right now. And all of a sudden, you just go, Jerry, remember how everyone was like, if I can do something, do something. You know, if you'd done something a couple of weeks earlier, you're probably not in this position. But anyway.
Dak looked awesome. Pickens and CD were fantastic. And the Chiefs, I think the biggest problem is, like, yes, the offense is sort of looking a little bit, but the defense hasn't been able to stop anybody.
No.
Like, it's been strange. So they're now 6-6 in real danger of missing the playoffs. The thing is, they might still win out because of their schedule. And they are good enough, I think, to win out and still make the playoffs. But, I mean, like, I was thinking about this, like, they just feel a bit off, right? It's like, Christmas ham. Like, it's just sitting in the fridge, and you're at your in-laws' beach house, and it's about 2 weeks after Christmas.
This is seeming very, very autobiographical, Jim.
And you're just looking at the ham, and you're like, should I feed this to my children? I don't know.
We'll just scrape the slime off.
It looks a little bit slimy, and like that's what the Chiefs feel like. It's like, that's a nice looking ham. Ooh, you look a little bit closer, and it's a bit slimy. You're like, give it a whiff, and then you realize that you can't smell good, so you give it to the old mate and go, does this smell good to you? And she's like, you're a fucking idiot. What are you doing? Why? You gonna feed that to the kids? I'm like, oh, this has got nothing to do with me. It's not about me at all. That's what the Kansas City Chiefs are, to really belabor it before.
There you go.
Anyway, 32-14, the Bengals then beat the Ravens. So, it's not great if you're a Baltimore fan when you're watching this game and go, wait, are we shit? They're 6-6 now as well. And suddenly, the AFC North is absolute fucking chaos.
Yep.
Suddenly, the Bengals are 4-8 and
2 games out.
dead. This is awesome, Gaz. I'm so excited. Like, just give me the chaos, right? At all turns, all points. Especially when it involves the AFC North. I'm like, I just want them to beat up on each other, and that's what's happening. But Joe Burrow came back, barely had missed a beat, seemingly, and didn't have Higgins. Didn't really matter. They kicked their ass. Like, this was an absolute...
The defense looked good. Like, the defense looked...
2 weeks in a row as well.
Decent.
Where it's not too bad.
So, look, I think the funny thing is about this one, I was like, when I was watching, bits and pieces of this, I was going, because of course, we sat here and stewed over this in our picks going, you know what? This could be, like, just enough. Like, I've fucking been waiting for this Burrow return game, but look, the smart pick is the Ravens, but there's still just this chance that that's the spark that the Bengals need, and it fucking was, right?
They were like,
but then he refused it. He was pretty disgusted. He was disgusted with that turkey, wasn't he? After the game, Burrow was like, I ain't touching that shit. I don't know where that's been.
I do love the pomp and circumstance around the Thanksgiving Day games. They do really fucking lay the, he loved a turkey. John Madden. It's like, we have to do this every year, do we? Like, like, no one is new to this. They're not like, oh, wow, did he? Shit, I didn't know that. It's like, dude, anyone younger than us barely knows who the fuck John Madden is, except from, like, the game. That has his name on it. Like, it's crazy. And it's like, all right, this is good. I do like, it keeps the mythos alive. It's very nice. It's very cool. But it is weird as a grown adult now. I'm like, how many times do you reckon I've heard the turducken story?
Yeah.
Madden and the turducken. It's like, oh, I don't know.
I reckon I heard it like 4 times just in that alone. Yeah.
It's crazy. So anyway, I do love him. It's fantastic. Every time you sort of do it, it's a nice little trip down memory lane. It's a very American thing as well, right? Like, just lionizing the past. That doesn't sound American at all.
No.
Anyway, Baltimore in trouble. Luckily for them, the Steelers lost, which we'll get to. So then Black Friday happens, Gaz.
No, it didn't, Jim. Jim, it didn't happen at all.
Dar Bears 24, Philly 15.
Yeah.
I'd hesitate to say it wasn't even that close, because it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
That was a
absolutely not.
Fourth quarter touchdown and 2-point conversion, which got people up in arms because you're like, oh, you made a 2-score game with 2-score games. Like,
no,
you're gonna have to get this right. You have to get a 2-point conversion at some point, right?
It was the opposite. It was kind of, there was all of the chips in the table going for the 2 and not getting the 2, right? So if they'd kicked the extra point, they could have had that. They could have gone for it at the end. But the fact that they missed the 2 means that they kept the 2-score game and 2-score game. It could have been a 1-score game that at least that 2 points would have pushed it to overtime, and that didn't happen.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. Yeah, trust me, I watched every painful fucking minute of it. But the funny thing is, right, and that's enough days later that I can be relaxed about it, Jim. No, but the thing is that, like, if you look at our tips last week, I said I've watched this off. I've watched the commentators 3 weeks in a row blow smoke up the defense's ass about, look at what this defense is doing to the Eagles. But the Eagles have been predictable for half the season. Like, you look at what the Bears are saying, like GJ was not backwards about coming forwards, going, we knew exactly what they were doing. And the fact is that there's all of these plays that have been analysed now where Grant Calcaterra, 75% of the plays that he was on the field for were running plays. And he can't block. So the run was always going to the other side that Grant Calcaterra was. So the Bears crashed that side every time. So when you're looking at this as an offense, you go, yeah, great. AJ Brown put up 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. But everything else was stagnant. Saquon Barkley, 13 carries for 56 yards. Now, he's not a different person to last year. We're missing offensive linemen. But the scheme is, if the scheme's predictable and people know where the hole's going to be and can fill that hole, well, you have a fucking problem, right? Blaming Jalen Hurts. That he was efficient. He's fine. Fucking whatever. Flew his second pick of the season, I think it was. But there was another. Once again, the turnovers battle got us. A lost fumble to Hurts that really fucked us up. But yeah, it's the offense was stagnant and the defense couldn't constantly get off the field. They were respectable, but they can't just constantly be on the field when we can't convert a third down. So, what I'd say to that is, how logical were our tips last week when I said, how the fuck have you got two 8-3 teams and you give one who's had no offense for 3 weeks a 7.5 point advantage? It was fucking ridiculous. I put money on the nose on the Bears, and unfortunately, our offense was too incompetent that they couldn't even cover the over, Jim. Otherwise, Gaz would have bought home money. There you go. There's my rant.
So, the worrying part for me watching that was that they manhandled you.
Yeah.
Monongai and DeAndre Swift just ran over the top of you as well. Like, They didn't make Caleb Williams try to beat him. And Ben Johnson smartly just went, check this out. We're just going to run right over the top of you. 130 for Monongai, 125 for Swift. That was gnarly. And Caleb sort of was like perfectly fine. 154, a touchdown and interception, but didn't kill you. And they sort of just picked and poked their way back and forth. And sort of as soon as they were up at the half, you're like, this is kind of on here. And then they score again, and you're like, oh, look out. And the way it sort of washes out, like, it didn't feel like a surprise in the moment, which was the biggest, ironically, surprise. Like, I'm like, holy shit, the Eagles just can't move the ball. Like, Patullo's getting eggs thrown at his house now. And I don't know, that might be the biggest change that's happened to the offense in months.
Oh, it was the most... his house getting egged is the most air yards an Eagles had in a number of weeks. But, fun fact. So, at one stage, defensive top 3 defensive rookie of the year favourite, Jahad Campbell, did not play a single snap on defense. He was relegated ever since N'Kobe Dean's come back. He's been shorter and fewer and fewer snaps. And N'Kobe Dean's been playing out of his brain. But you know what? You invested a first round draft pick in a quite decent sized fucking linebacker, and we've all of a sudden in the last 3 weeks been able to not stop the run. Like, in the 3 losses is the ones that he's been getting less and less snaps. Chuck the cunt in the game, Jim.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Anyway.
Love it.
And now all of a sudden the Bears, fun to watch. But here's the thing. I've said it all about the Eagles, but I haven't really talked about the Bears. Caleb Williams didn't look fucking great. There was a lot of missed passes. He was clearly under 50%, and made a couple of plays with his legs when had to. But it was the run game. Yeah. It was the run game and our turnovers. Very fucking simple.
That's it. Like, they controlled the game, which is the craziest part about it.
Yeah.
Nice one. So, amazingly though, the Bears are still, despite being top of the NFC, of all those contenders, I think they have the lowest percentage, chance of still making the playoffs, which is just the most Bears shit in the world, right? It's like, we're top of the world, baby. How did we miss the playoffs, right? That's where it kind of fits.
What always gets me about stats and percentages and likelihoods and gambling, and why I will never really be a gambler, because I don't understand these odds things, Jim, because I've watched my team for the last 4 weeks, actually the whole season, and we're still ranked 3rd highest likely to win the NFC. Fucking how? I have no idea.
I got a question about that in your nose. Right, next one. Niners 26, Browns 8. This was a close game, and then it wasn't. It was weird. My favourite part was the Shadur slide on 4th and 26 that ended the game.
Yeah.
Throw the ball. What slide? It was crazy. He didn't have a great game, but by the same token, it's the Browns. Like, their defense, like, that second half really just sort of cooked them. They gave up a couple of touchdowns, and you're like, that's like as soon as the Browns go down, it feels like they're just kind of cooked at that point.
Yeah, they don't have the power to come back.
A lot of punts, a lot of a weird, just a strange game, and I was a bit like disappointed in the Browns, but not wildly surprised by it, I guess.
Yep.
McCaffrey did enough with a touchdown on the ground, and they sort of, I don't know, just did their thing. Cleveland controlled a lot of this, but they never quite got over the hump. Shadur had 149 yards and a touchdown and 3 sacks, Q-bar of 16.1. It's not great. Yep. But still, I don't know. Weird one. What are you going to do? I'm still not afraid of the Niners, but they just keep ripping off shit like this where you're like, they're fine. They're 9-4 and like really good, but I'm not afraid of them, if that makes sense. Jacksonville 25, Tennessee 3. Yeah, sick. Jags did it on the road, I guess. That's good. Otherwise, wow, do the Titans suck. Like Mike McCoy, I feel like I'm coaching that team as much as he is, right? He's like not doing a goddamn thing. Talk about like 100% like fill-in teacher vibes. He's like, just, I don't know, put on the VCR, just fucking chill out, idiots. Like,
you just like, he's just building up that, leaning into that, that 2 years in a row of the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
There's going to be some consensus fucking quarterback who's going to get a late run up the draft board. Someone's going to overpay. They'll end up with, 3 first-rounders over the next 2 years, build an offensive line and a defense, and all of a sudden Cam Ward's all right.
Yep. 20-16, the Texans beat the Colts. Uh-oh.
Here's the start of the fun games, Jim.
Now, I'm just saying, who was on top of this last week? Your mate Jim. The Danny Dimes we all know and love, it came out during the week that he's got a broken leg. Well, a fracture in his, like, in one of his tibias, whichever the not as important one is. Not a medical.
I use both of mine quite a bit, Jim.
But the Texans did enough. They stymied, like Jonathan Taylor's had these pretty good games against Houston in the past as well, and they did a really good job of limiting him. There was a couple of like moments where they kept fighting back, and the Texans defense just, we knew it was going to be a problem, even on the road in Indy. It's the first time Indy had been home in a month. And they just did the damn thing. So by the time they sort of got up by the third quarter and then they scored the touchdown, they're up. Everything felt like pushing shit uphill for the Colts. And you're like, ooh, this is it. I don't mind this. Now the Texans are 7-5. The Colts are 8-4. And I think the Jags are on top of the AFC South at 8-4. That's
wild.
Just saying.
And there's a lot to come, mate. That's almost like the Colts don't have an easy game. They're all challenging somewhat. They got the Texans again
in Houston in week 18. So
it's not an easy run home.
It was a crazy one. Look, Houston, they get CJ Stroud back. I've been fucking yelling about this for like a month now, haven't I? Like, I don't want them to make the playoffs because they terrify me. Like if Pats end up with like the 2 or the 3 seed or some shit. And, like, suddenly we're playing the Texans in round 1. I'm like, oh, well, that's how we get knocked out of the playoffs. Great. So I kind of hope they miss. But fucking hell, like, if they can take some scalps on the way out and, like, just suddenly it's only the Jags from the AFC South that make it, I'd be happy with that. But anyway, New Orleans 17, Miami 21. HN is just a fucking weapon. Got them up early. They cruised to this one. Saints, a little bit okay-ish late, but shuck, whatever. Both teams are just, like, I think the biggest thing for me is like watching Miami. You're like, are they just going to keep DJ Mikey McD now? Like, this is probably the funniest outcome because they're 5-7. It's a lost year. You get it. But do you keep DJ Mikey McD and bring in someone to replace Tua at some point now? Like, maybe.
Well, I was like, sure, they're going to win this, whatever. The biggest thing for me is like, I know you said that, they fought for it and got up. This got spicy. Remember, there was an onside kick here. And that the fucking Saints ended up getting, and I'm like, fucking, could they pull this off? And then they were like, oh no, we're the Saints, and shut down their leg. But like the fact that it got spicy towards the end, I was like, oh fuck, here we go. Imagine losing this, Miami.
What is it like? Is it like the 4th onside kick recovered this year maximum? It's like success rate is like 7% this year. Like,
Yeah.
so when they pulled it off, and there was like a couple of moments throughout this week where replay, for all the shit that we spend a fucking million years replaying on stuff, and they just really fucking yada, yada, yada some things, and you're like,
Yeah.
I think of all the things that we need to replay, we might need to have a closer look at this. Because that one, like they went over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
About whether it's actually hit one of the Dolphins players for them to recover it before the 10-yard marker, which it didn't look like it had gone 10 yards.
No, look, it was really close, but it wasn't
like
quite
it
there.
hit his foot or whatever. You're like, what the fuck is going on here? There was a touchdown today for the Pats on that awesome Williams touchdown where it's like, I feel like they need to look at this a little bit close. Don't look at it closer. Fucking kick the ball, kick the ball.
Going. Yeah.
And I don't know, it felt like it happened in like every game. It's like, you fucking went through that a bit quick. Anyway, Miami, whatever. Hey, the Falcons lost to the Jets. That was pretty funny. How does Raheem Morris have a gig? I just don't get it. Bijan had 142 and a touchdown, and they still got their ass beat by the Jets because of special teams. And the Falcons are just a fucking horror show. Like, they're 4-8. How did that happen?
I don't understand. Like, all of the positive vibes this year, this is the one. They found their Penix last year. Yeah, he's been injured a couple. But even when he was here, they were fucking losing. Right? You've got fucking Bijan and Algier that, like, together are pretty fucking brutal. Like, Pitts is having a decent fucking year for once. And, yeah, you've got... Oh, there was no London this week too, right? So,
No.
but still... it's the fucking Jet. It's Tyrod Taylor.
Yep. The Falcons just continue to enrage me. So, I mean, Bijan's game was good, like, for fantasy, but otherwise, what the fuck? Arizona 17, Tampa Bay 20. This wasn't wildly convincing from the Bucs.
No.
But they did it with Baker banged up. And, like, you know, this is one of my favorite things. As soon as Baker gets banged up, it all just sort of falls apart. Like, Trey McBride was awesome. Brissett was fantastic again because that's just what he does. But they get Bucky Irving back. That's good. He was fine. Touchdown to 60-odd yards. Godwin was good in this one as well, right? Yeah, that's right. He had the 31-yarder. And between Egbuka and stuff, like, they sort of just moved the ball fine.
Yeah.
But I think the key thing for them was they got up, they're at home, they were able to run the ball, off they went. And Brissett and co couldn't quite just drag them all the way back in. So, good job by them, I guess, to sort of hold on and win the Bucs with their McLaughlin field goal, put them up 20-10. And you're like, all right, they score, and then they end up turning over and downs to finish the game. It's like, all right, the Bucs steadying win, 7-5. The NFC South is still up for grabs because of the next game, but I don't know. They feel like the team that maybe not the NFC Colts,
Yeah.
but in that same similar vein where I feel like they're getting that little bit healthier, but their defense just question marks at times.
Which is not what you expect from this Tampa Bay team, right?
It's a bit weird one. They just haven't been wildly convincing. That's the thing that sits right.
Nah. And with Jake Brisket, like, every so often, you're like, this guy's showing more than Kyler did.
Yep.
They seem pluckier with him. He's moving the ball around, 300 yards, 2 TDs. They got enough confidence in him to throw the ball 40 times. But yeah, just not getting over that hump, right?
Yep. Rams 28, Carolina 31. What the hell?
What? This is when I sent that fucking message, Jim.
Yep.
This was when it was, what the fuck?
I had a really good week betting on games, except for this one.
Yeah, funny about
that. And as I'm doing it all as well, I'm like, what's the one that's going to screw me here? Like, it'll be Carolina at home. It was a pretty, like, what was it, like 10.5, I think. And I'm like, it probably seems too much. I'm like, nah, look, the Rams will win this like 44-10, and I'll feel like an asshole for not betting on them. And it started that way. I'm like, here we go. We're doing all right. Devontae Adams does his thing of like very short touchdowns. Bang. This is awesome. And then Stafford throws his first interception after 28 touchdowns, I think.
I don't know, Jim. How many at the beginning of that game? How many times did you hear Yeah, this is the longest streak without interception since Brady in whatever fucking year it was.
Well, how many
I
times?
heard it about 15 times, and then it was like, oh, there's a pick. Oh, shit, there's another pick. Like, go, whoops.
Yeah, it went a bit sideways on Stafford, and they were still in the game, like down the stretch as well, which is pretty crazy. But
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing for them, they were able to, with your pair of running backs from your fantasy team, one of which I now believe you have traded,
I have traded.
Chuba and Rico, they were able to sort of dominate a little bit. The defense for the Rams wasn't able to do too much. And like the Panthers did this without JC Horn, right? Like he was out injured.
Yep.
And Bryce Young threw 3 touchdowns, 206 yards, and was like perfectly serviceable. You're like, what the fuck is happening?
That's how you want your overall, your number one overall draft pick to be. His third season in, you want him to be renowned as perfectly serviceable.
This was also a week for really awesome catches. Like we're about to talk about a couple of them, but Puka had an absolute fucking blinder of a game, including a sick catch. He and Devontae is awesome, just a touchdown machine. But them not being able to dominate this game was a little bit of a worry. The fact that they lost it, probably more so worrying. And they will probably due a bit of a stinker.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do it, it's going west to east, going to Carolina. I guess if a team that's not that bad at home. They're 4-2 at home now, Carolina. So the Rams, that's a bit of a worrisome one. Seattle 26, Minnesota 0. Oh boy, Rosma. 4 interceptions, Gaz. One of the worst pick sixes you'll ever see. Like, it looked like me out there basically doing that. That was not great. So congrats if you had the Seattle defense special teams in your fantasy this week or on your Supercoach team because, oh boy, I think they scored 60 Supercoach points.
Jesus.
It's just insane. The big one for me was that JSN didn't score. And, like, again, did a pretty good job this weekend of betting on stuff. Touchdown scorers, nailed a bunch of them. JSN and Jonathan Taylor were the 2 that missed out. I'm like, what the hell, man? So, bit of a tough one. But Seattle looked good. Minnesota, pack her up, boys. You are.
They've gone from one 30-something rated quarterback to another 30 rated quarterback. But you have to feel sorry for the Vikes defense because they did a good job, Jim. They kept Darnold to 94. Sorry, the team to 94 net yards. 210, 215 total yards of offense, and still lost by 26 points, Jim. Like, what the fuck? You've done your job.
It was the last touchdown of the game, wasn't it? It was their first actual offensive touchdown, and it was like Zach Charbonnet running it in, and it's like, what the fuck just happened? This is crazy. Anyway, good job by Seattle. They're 9-3.
Exactly what is that? Exactly what you expect from the Vikings, last year's 13-win team, right?
Yeah. 4-8. They're brutal. Buffalo 26, Pittsburgh 7. This was fun. Watching Aaron Rodgers get pancaked. You hate to see it, obviously. Steelers are all out of sorts. Bills' defense was solid, I thought. Josh Allen threw an early interception, and that was pretty solid after that. Like, he and Cooks just fucking cruised through them. So,
yeah,
the Steelers were probably the more worrisome thing. Like, this is a good win for the Bills, obviously. And to get... just solidify basically, yes, we are a fucking playoff team. Woof, kind of vibe. At 8-4, that's good. Cook goes for 144, and like the Steelers I think it's just raised a bunch of fucking questions about them. I'm going to hit it on again in year now, so I don't want to belabor it too much, but it was a tough watch. And like Steelers fans are up in arms, rightly so. Josh Allen goes for 123 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but they ran over the top of them. He caused all sorts of havoc. And it doesn't look great in Pittsburgh. 6-6. Jeez. Anyway.
How's that 500 season looking for you, Tomlin?
What he excels at. Raiders 14, Chargers 31. This one was close-ish. Lad McConkey's touchdown was fucking awesome. Kamani Vidal's big fucking bust out a run. His longest touchdown of the season was really good too. And the Raiders only scored with Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Gino looked not fucking great. Ginty again. Like, Oh, they're going for a fourth. Genty's got to bust the outside. And he tripped over himself. And you're like, fucking Jesus, mate.
I've never seen a running back get hit behind the line of scrimmage more than I've watched Ashton Genty. Like, apart from maybe Andre Stevenson.
Saquon his last year, and before they tried to fix the Giants' defensive line, he was just getting hit before he was anywhere near. Just getting pushed back into him. 100%.
But Brock Bowers' catch was absolutely off its head. Just sort of just mitt out, absolutely gnarly. He deserves better. And, good job by the Chargers. Jazzy Herbs, though, breaks his hand late. Not great. Then we had Denver 27, Washington 26 in overtime. The great escape by the Broncos. Jesus Christ. They force overtime with the field goal. Then get the 2-point stop after scoring early, which is good. And Washington go back down. And the Broncos defense just looked gassed, like Mariota. Here's why were they saying Mariota weird? Mariota. I'm like, why are they? I'm like, am I freaking the fuck out? Like, this is a very Jim.
Am I having a stroke?
Exactly.
But in that last
again, like, what the fuck, bro?
That last drive to move them into to kick to the overtime, and then to go down and score that touchdown. Like, he just moved the ball ridiculously freely. It's like, you've taken away McLaurin here. I'm just going to repeat that, but I'm going to do it as a short pass to Debo and have him streak down to it. And then within multiple plays, they've gone 3/4 of the field. I'm like, who the fuck is this team?
It was wild.
Right? Yeah, and now all of a sudden they're going to come back. Jaden Daniels, he practiced all week, but he wasn't right for this game. So he's going to come back, and that could cause spoilers. So they were eliminated, one of the teams who were eliminated this week. But they could be one of those spoiler teams for the rest of the year, just coming back and going, you know what, we're going to be just good enough to piss people off at the end of the season when it's all gone.
I'm watching this and I'm like, I just kind of want the Commanders to miss this field goal so we can we're done. Right?
Yeah.
And they kick it and you're like, all right, overtime, sure. And Denver, so good in that drive as well. You're like, all right, good, sweet, done. Bang, Mariota is going all the way back down the fucking thing. And they threw, didn't they? There was one that got called back as well. There was another touchdown. Yeah. You're like, Jesus Christ. And anyway, they go.
That was that first one, the McLaurin, and then the second one was just like, fine, I'll go to Debo.
At least they did the smart thing and went for 2, so they put us out of their misery when they missed it. So
yeah.
Anyway, good on them.
But the other, the one there was, the one that weirded me out was there was the one in overtime that was the Evan Ingram 41-yarder where he's taking the pass and he's running towards the defenders, and I'm like, they're secondary, Evan Ingram's bigger than them, but they're quicker, and he overtakes them and runs straight through the middle of 2 cornerbacks. I'm like, wait, you know that's Evan Ingram, right? He's not that. You're a defensive back. You're quick and agile. Get that fucking dude. Nope. No.
And it was Traylon Burks who had the sick, absolutely insane.
Oh, yeah, Traylon Burks.
OBJ catch that was probably not as spectacular as the OBJ one, but it feels like it was more athletically impressive because he went further back and he was further in the air, I kind of feel.
Because it was like his second touchdown of his career and his a first-round draft pick. That's probably makes it more it's more special.
Yeah, and then the Pats kicked the shit out of the Giants, 33-15, I want to say. The Marcus Jones, his second punt return touchdown of the season. This is the thing with the Pats, in every game, there's a defense or special teams thing that happens. And then it happened that early. I'm like, I think we're going to be all right. Because, again, our first drive had sputtered after they fucked up and we had a nice return anyway. And again, red zone woes for the Pats keep raising their fucking head. But so they kick a field goal in that first possession. You're like, I don't know about this. And then boom, punt return touchdown. You're like, I think we're going to be okay. And then Drake May was just really good the rest of the game. The long pass to Williams was fucking sick. Again, he just throws the fucking prettiest long balls. It's awesome to watch. Because you're like, he does a really great thing, Gaz, where you're like, well, he's throwing that off the screen. I just assume someone's down there. And then the camera does its little pan and you're like, there he is. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Whereas like having like the Max Jones experience of that is like, oh, fuck, here we go. There's a big difference because you're like, Mac Jones is loading up and it's just gone, boosh, and you're like, that's in double coverage. Yeah, every fucking time. Never leading a receiver into it. So, good win by the Pats. They now go on their bye as well. So they desperately need to just like kick the fuck out of the Giants and just move on. And that's what they did, which is perfect. So enjoyed that. Hey, let's quickly do, I've only got 2 yeah-nahs for you this week, guys. Number one.
Oh, nice and quick.
Reckon the Steelers and Mike Tomlin are kind of done. Yeah, nah.
Well, wasn't there some fire Mike Tomlin chants floating around? Steelers fans were up in arms, you know, not too happy this week. It does feel pretty stagnant. What I'm comparing it to, right, and there's always going to be a fucking Eagles reference here, but it feels like the end of the Andy Reid era, right? No one was questioning that Andy Reid was a good coach, but at a certain point, when you've been saying the same message in the same building or variations of for that fucking long, and you end up with a number of seasons of mediocrity, just a change of scenery for both. You're just a mutual parting of ways, Jim.
Yep.
And it feels like that's what's coming up.
So
he's done an amazing job, but fuck, he's not coming back to me.
19 years is like a really, really long time.
Well, and then it was Bill Cowher before that, right? So what is it? Like it's like 35, nearly fucking 40 years or something crazy.
I think, isn't it like they've only had 3 coaches in like the last 50 years?
Yeah, crazy shit. Crazy shit.
So his last few years, 10-7, 10-7, 9-8, 9-7, 12-4 back in 2020. Like some weird 8-8, 9-6, right? So of those last 6-7 years, you've had one really good year, and that's kind of it.
And they tried to put a band-aid on it. Realistically, they haven't had a lot since Roethlisberger, right? Yeah. So they went after Pickens. After Kenny Pickett and Pickens. Kenny Pickett, that didn't work out. They tried some retreads. They tried a Russell Wilson. They tried a fucking Aaron Rodgers. Guys in the twilight that turns out is past the twilight of their career. It's definitely got a rebuild coming up. But you've got the rebuild at peak TJ Watt. Like, fuck, if you're going to go full rebuild, do you get something for him while you've still got it? Like, yeah, it's definitely going to be an off season of reckoning, Jim.
Yeah. Like, I think that what you hit on about the Rodgers retread stuff of this Band-Aid aspect is probably the most frustrating thing for Steelers fans because they're like, the defense is good. Like, if you had have just fucking maybe gone with someone younger, like you brought in Aaron Rodgers going, we're right there. We are right fucking there. And I don't know if they were right there.
No.
Right?
And you've also let Pickens go, who's second leading receiver in the league.
Yep.
To get DK Metcalf, who worked really well down the outside when you have Tyler Lockett taking away and JSN on the other. Between those three, even Lockett on the tail end of his own career, Metcalf's just getting open all over the place. Get rid of everyone else and just give it to, just have Metcalf. And he's not going to carry an entire team.
Yeah. And
their running game obviously hasn't really materialized this year. And it's just, it's just a season of mediocrity. And they'll stay there because they'll just keep, just patching little holes unless it's kind of... It's like my dynasty team, Jim. I mean, I've got people like Bowers and people like AJ, people like Lamar, but when you've got no run game, you just sit there mediocre for year upon year upon year. Anyway.
It's weird. And the spinning of the wheels with someone like Rodgers, you're like, it's okay if he's not 40-something coming off an Achilles.
Yeah.
Oh, but he is. Yeah. So not a giant surprise. I don't know. I think Tomlin's a great coach. I just don't know if it's the right fit. I don't know. The other one is anyone good this year, Gaz? Just come on.
This is our standing yeah nah for the moment, it feels like.
Rinse, repeat. Yeah, nah. Is anyone good? Because My beloved Pats, yes. What is it? 10-2, 11-2 now. Have won 10 straight. And the two games that they lost are fucking still stupid as fuck. The Raiders and the fucking Steelers games. At the same time, 11-2, and we've beaten the Bills and the Bucks are like the only good teams.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas you look at someone like the Broncos, they're 10-2. They could be fucking 12-0. They could have also lost like 4 of those games. Like they could have lost the one just then to Washington. You look in the NFC, you've got your Eagles. We've covered that extensively. The Bears are 9-3. It feels like the most smoke and mirrorsy 9-3 you'll ever fucking see in your life. The Packers are 8-3 and aren't really 8-3-1 and aren't wildly convincing. The Rams are 9-3 and just lost to the Panthers. Like, it's just the Seahawks are sort of cruising along there at 9-3. I don't know.
But then you've got the Seahawks. The Seahawks come out and play the Rams a couple of weeks ago, and you're like, all right, this is the top 2 teams. Whoever sees here is top king of the mountain, and it's the Rams, and then they show up and shit down their leg against the fucking Panthers, right?
Lay an egg. Like, the Lions might miss the playoffs. Like, that's
crazy.
One of the weirdest fucking things going. So, I don't know. It's just, it feels more wide open than ever this year, and it feels like just someone like the team that has like the highest sort of ceiling, I reckon, probably is still the Rams.
Yeah.
But that was just a weird one this week, right?
Yeah, think about like last season we had what, three 13 or 14 win teams, and then the Packers just behind that, right? Now it feels like no one's getting anywhere near that, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Anyway. The AFC is crazy because you've got a 6-6 Baltimore team. Just who knows who's going to come out of the AFC North. Kansas City 6-6, might miss the playoffs. The Bills look okay. You got the Colts and the Chargers. It's an absolute mess. I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
I think the Chiefs are 6-6 and 4 games out of the lead in their division. The Bengals are 4-8 and haven't had a starting quarterback for 3/4 of their season and are only 2 games out. And then you've got someone like the Carolina Panthers are 7-6 and half a game outside their division, but the San Francisco 49ers are 9-4 and on the verge of missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Surely they'll be right.
Yeah.
I guess the bonus one is the Chiefs. Do they make it? They play the Texans this week at home, the Chargers at home, then they're at Titans, home for the Broncos, and then at the Raiders. So all their tough games are at home. So it feels like they could win out if they just take care of business at home. But the Texans will be tough. The Chargers, who knows what they'll do.
Yeah.
Titans, whatever. Broncos at home. Bit of a weird one. They're probably still going to make it. But anyway. Good bloke of the week. Who are we buying a beer? Tristan Wirth. I love a big fella touchdown. That was awesome for the Bucks. Love that for him. And Ben Johnson getting the rig out.
Yeah.
That's, many would say premature to get your rig out when you've taken, the 1 seed. That's fair. But it's also the Bears. So I think you just need the push in that direction. The problem with that, you're getting your rig out, Gaz, is like, where do you go from here? Right? He can't just go full birthday suit next time, right? Like, you can't just whip out the old codgers and just wave it around, do a bit of puppetry of the penis, right? Like, what's he...
It's got Dan Campbell written all over it. That's hyper male aggression, just going, fuck, come on! But that's 12 months ago to the day. Well, to the day, but 12 months ago, because it was Thanksgiving last year, Jim, that they fired Eberflus.
Yeah.
What a fucking turnaround, hey?
I love that.
Yep.
That's why we should buy him a beer. I think it's been...
fair call.
I love it for the Bears. That's just like this moribund franchise for years and years and years. Never have like...
Moribund. You're not a journalist, are you, Jim?
Just the vibes, like just changing the vibes. That's why he needs a beer. Old mate, no mates, obviously Young Wei Koo. That's just the stub toe heard around the world. Fuck me, dead. That was not great. The other was John Jennings being called a hoe by Shelby Harris was very, very funny. Like, I want it put out there that he a hoe. It's like, fucking, okay.
Sure.
And it's like, fuck, who was asked after it as well? So somebody asked, and they're like, I don't want to talk about his upbringing, but it was clearly fucked. It's like, Jesus. John Jennings, no wonder you got punched in the dick last week. Everyone fucking hates that dude.
I think I want to give it to old mate, no mates, in terms of, our clear definition is always the tough ride home on the bus. It has to go to the entire Minnesota Vikings offense, doesn't it? Ooh. Right? 150-ish total yards. Justin Jefferson, fucking 2 receptions for 4 yards on 6 targets. And the longest... So, 4 yards... Oh, this is maths, Jim. Let's go to school. So, he's got 2 receptions, has a total of 4 yards, but his longest was 8 yards, Jim. Use your maths. What was his other reception? He went backwards, Jim. In 50% of his receptions, he went backwards. So, look, I think, they're throwing mud at a wall and hoping something sticks, and those 2 quarterbacks are not doing. Like, the thing is, you got to feel sorry for Vikings fans because they let Darnold go. They've put everything back on JJ, the other JJ, the white JJ, and now he's just become a meme for every underperforming quarterback in the fucking league. Like, the amount of times I've seen fucking Matt Stafford, it's like, as soon as you set the record for number of touchdown passes in a row without an interception, and then it's Matt Stafford as JJ McCarthy. It's like, Jalen Hurts when he doesn't have Saquon Barkley, 200 yards and 15 tush pushes. JJ McCarthy. Like, you've got to feel sorry that they've hitched their wagon. I'm sure he's going to turn out fine. But spending half your year as a shadow benching with 15 concussions is not an outright... they're not on your side, Jim.
Okay. Actual extra bonus, buying a beer. Christian Ellis, the Patriots defense, man, he absolutely laid out Jackson Dart.
Oh, I saw that. I missed it in the game, but saw that highlight. Jesus Christ.
Illegally. I want this to happen to Mahomes and shit way more often, right? Like, you're still in bounds. You're trying to get more yards. Guess what? You are fair fucking game.
Yeah.
Get hit.
Yeah.
And it was a perfectly called thing. They didn't call it on them. They called it actually on the Giants because one of their dudes tried to fight everybody else.
Yeah.
And then he also got Gunnar Olszewski, like, hit him so hard it knocked the N off his helmet.
I saw that, yeah.
Like, it went, like, he ripped the fucking paint off. He hit him that hard. Forced the fumble and away they went. So, perfectly legal. Enjoyed that. Good job, Pats, because fucking hell. Our defense is, without Milton Williams, you just need these sorts of moments of, like, yes, still just be fucking tough. Also, the buying a beer, who was the guy who came around the side and stripped the tush push? Because
yeah.
Have we hacked the tush push now?
Well, they've changed the strategy of how they're running the tush push, and that is not fucking great what they've done. So they've now gone away from having the 2 guys either side, which is kind of a bit of the protection. So it allowed the was it right from the Bears? Allowed someone in to get on the outside.
Yep.
And it's not... Yeah, anyway, they're trying to get clever. Galaxy brain bullshit, Jim.
It always gets you. Outback Takehouse, it is Tuesday at Outback. You know what that means. The squids and I on the way down to school today with cricket bats out the side of the car. Whack, 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 whack. Taking down magpies left, right and centre. It is the season. Magpie wings only at Outback. Flame grilled take is Indy, KC and Detroit all miss the playoffs.
Indy, KC and Detroit. It's fucking possible.
It is, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Indy are 8-4, but trail the Jags. Have a really tough schedule the rest of the way as well. They are trailing the Houston. Well, the Houston Texans are behind them at 7-5 as well in the AFC South, right? So currently in the 6th spot, KC have to, as I said, they have to win out, right? They're at 6 losses already. Yeah. They have to win the next 5 games to have any sort of crack at actually making it. Because they're going to catch the Chargers, who are 8-4. They're not going to win the division. behind the Broncos, who are 10-2. It's a real fucking possibility. And the Detroit Lions currently are 7-5 and outside of the playoffs. So if they don't beat Dallas this week, Gaz, they're basically done. That's another 6-loss team, right?
Well,
so
when you've already got 3 teams in the West on 9.
Exactly. It's just so hard. So.
And Green Bay already above them and had just beaten them. Like, yeah, fucking tough, eh?
Dallas aren't dead yet, but wow. So whoever wins this game this Thursday, Dallas-Detroit, is alive. Whoever loses is basically Donskish. It's a bit crazy, but this is the world we live in. Aussie Battler of the Week. Enjoy Jeremy Crawshaw just punting up a fucking store for the Broncos on Sunday Night Football. Every time they cut to him, he's just like, Jesus, fucking this is the most I've worked all year. It was pretty good. So he did a good job. I enjoyed that. Looks good in the Broncos uniforms as well. And here's the Aussie rookie. It's like, yeah, good job. Captain Fantasy. I got a big win over Matty O this week. Pretty happy with that. The rest of the league.
I snuck in by Jim. This is when I think made a comment on our group today, or the other day, about how fucking stupid this sport is. I left fucking T. Higgins in because I forgot about, I was busy working on Friday and forgot there was so many games and didn't set my fucking team, blah, 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 blah. I left T. Higgins in, whoops, didn't swap him out for AJ Brown, who goes off to the tune of 30 points and is still snuck in by half a point.
Good to see Josh also beat Nowhere to Go, but up by 1.14 points, which was pretty good.
There you go.
You won yours by less than that, I believe, by 0.98. So great job by you. We had Ricky Williams Veggie Patch get over the top of All You Need Is Love by 1.3. Jesus. And I smacked Matty, so that was all good. Meanwhile, Tavis is already clinched a playoff spot because he's 11-2 and fucking laughing. So good on him. I'm second at the moment. Gaz is
ninth. I'm currently down the bottom. But it's look, I'm on 6 wins and fucking third is only on 8. So anything can happen in this run home. You never know your luck in the big city, eh?
I don't have too much time. Either way, and NFL Supercoach, you better be listening to Jim Does Supercoach as well, because we are currently 79th overall in NFL Supercoach. We're also top 1% in both NFL and NBA at the moment. I didn't have a great week this week. 466 was my total, but still I dropped 3 spots overall because, shared player universe, etc. The one that really got me this week was Jonathan Taylor just doing sweet dick all, but also really I brought in the Rams defense thinking Carolina, they'll be laughing, and of course
that did not go down well.
We're shithouse. So yeah, tough scenes. Nice one. All right, that's it. Week 13's all wrapped. Thanksgiving was awesome. What a week it was. That was a lot of football. And the cool thing is we sort of get to do it all again once we get to sort of Christmas and everything. So we will do the Week 14 preview. You'll hear that on Thursday morning, I reckon. So that'd be good. Yeah. In the meantime, what are you going to do? You're going to go chuck us a follow on Facey, Twitter, IG, TikTok, YouTube. Jump in the comments. Send us through. Yeah, Nas. Do all the good stuff. I didn't do the losers video this week because I was under the weather. But still managed to get all the other stuff done, which was good. So go check out all the videos that we do. Rate, review, star, subscribe across all of your podcast apps everywhere as well. Big thanks to House Hats for the intro and outro song. They rule. And Skinner and Jim Does Supercoach, as I mentioned. NFL Supercoach. The show will be tomorrow. So you can go check that out. Lots of fun feedback. NBA Straya as well. Gaz, what do you want to plug?
Just get your tips in, as always. Gino wants to catch up with us this week, wants to say g'day. Gino won his own tips, as we mentioned last week. We haven't seen the ones that have done this week. The only way I can see that Gino won his tipping is by picking against the Eagles, which should be sacrilegious, and he should hand in his cheesesteak apron. But Gino's in Preston as well as down at Catfish at the moment. So get on and see the Catfish guys. Oh, the Catfish birthday last week, because the Catfish's birthday is around my birthday every year. So I fucking missed going down and seeing those boys, so I'll have to go catch up with them. I owe them a Christmas beer. And apart from that, I got a month or two. I've signed up for the full marathon next year, Jim. For Melbourne Marathon, I've got to work out how the fuck I'm going to get to 42Ks in 11 months. So invite me to your run clubs, kids.
I like that.
I hear that's what all the young people. I hear that's the dating game, Jim. Now they don't go on those apps. They go to these run club things.
Gross.
That's what you need, an old bitter man who's probably hungover, screaming about football while putting one foot in front of the other. That's what you need from me.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll be at Goldfinger on Wednesday night, and then good things on Friday as well. So big week ahead.
Yeah.
Sinking lots of beers. All right, that'll do us. We will catch you on Thursday for the Week 14 preview stuff then. So we will catch you in a bit, you dickheads.
See yous.
Later, hosen.